Now, you guys are going to share with me a lot of great services that, quite honestly, I'm probably going to hear from some of the others. But I want to know why at the end of this, I can trust you for this business. Sound fair?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. Good. Well, I'll sit down and be quiet and listen to you.
All right. Well, first off, I wanted to give you this. You can peruse through that after we talk.
Okay.
Again, Neil, good morning. My name is Chip Wilmer. I'm the lead partner for Grant Thornton Pacific Northwest.
Right.
Head up our Seattle and Portland offices. I'm also the lead partner in our technology industry group, and if we're fortunate enough to work with you, then I'll be the lead partner on this engagement. We'd be working hand to hand on all your financial reporting issues.
So, Chip, who are some of the other firms that you're currently working with?
I'm with Grant Thornton.
No, I mean some of the other technology businesses.
Technology groups? Yeah, we're working with some smaller firms, WordPress. We've also done some work with Reddit. And Alex actually done a lot of work with a company called OPTV and actually helped them go through an IPO.
Good.
And so we've got done a lot of work in the technology industry. And in my previous life, I was with the Big Four, and I came to the realization that Grant Thornton was a better fit for me, and I did some work with Microsoft as well.
Good. Good. That's what I want to hear. All right.
Well, I'd also like to introduce you to my team here that I have. I have Michelle Barber. She's our head tax partner in the Seattle office.
Great.
Michael Clark, if you decide to take that next step and do an IPO, Michael Clark's our head transaction advisory partner. We can help you with that.
Good.
I also have some members of the prospective audit team here. Alex Lamb,
All right.
senior manager in our information technology group.
Okay.
Finally, have Owen Zhao. He is also audit senior manager and has significant international experience. I know you're expanding internationally.
Yep.
And Owen
Keep it
certainly-
awake at night. Yeah.
Well, before I hand it over to Alex to talk to you a little more of the details of the audit services we can provide, I just want to give you a brief overview of our firm. As you know, Grant Thornton's an international firm. We're in over 110 countries, and we provide a full suite of audit, tax, and advisory services. But what we really feel like distinguishes us from some of our competitors is that we focus on dynamic middle market companies just like yours. And we really strive to provide you with the best client service that we can provide. And I know you're obviously, it's a tough decision trying to move away from your current firm, and we feel like we can provide you with all the amenities of a larger firm, but with that touch of a little bit smaller firm. And we want to have the opportunity to build that rapport and trust you have. And with that, I'll turn over to Alex to tell you a little bit more about our audit services.
Like I said, my name's Alex Lamb. I've been with Grant Thornton for 15 years, my entire career. I'm the senior manager that would be in charge of your the audit of Amiga. So I'm kind of the point man, the person you have day-to-day contact with.
So if I selected you guys, would you remain my point person on that?
I would be your main man.
Wouldn't have to rotate off or anything?
Not for a senior manager, no.
Okay.
And that's kind of another thing I wanted to talk about. Here at Grant Thornton, we really pride ourselves in long-term relationships, and we've actually been ranked as one of the best accounting firms to work for, which means it may not mean a lot for you, but for us, we're happier where we are. We have less turnover. So you're going to see a lot of the same faces year to year.
Less turnover in terms of clients, or less turnover
in terms of us.
Okay.
As you might know, the accounting industry has very high turnover relative to others. But we like to keep people, and that way we can really form these relationships and get to know you and your company.
I want to make sure, no matter how big we get, that there are people around me and supporting me that I can trust, and I've got good long-term relationships.
Absolutely, that's something we pride on. As Chip was saying, we really like to go for the middle market. We're not really searching for huge companies that we really can't provide the best service to. That's why we're really excited about Amiga, because we think we can form a partnership with you and really provide you the service that can help boost you up into a large global corporation. Also, I'm sure you've heard a lot of great things about the Big Four. The thing about Grant Thornton is we can provide a lot of those same services, actually all of those same services. We've got tens of thousands of excellently trained professionals, but when you have to think about when they're allocating their resources and they have one of your competitors like a Facebook or something, you're a much smaller fish to them, whereas we really we want to focus on you and focus on growing your company, whereas they might not see you as quite as large a priority.
I'll stay focused on you guys, so I'll let you
Okay,
know about you.
absolutely. We offer a lot of services that your current auditor may not be able to provide. We have an international presence. We have auditors all over the world. Myself and several members of my team are very fluent in both GAAP and IFRS, which is definitely going to be a growing importance to your company. And also, I'm going to hand that over to Owen in a little bit, and he'll be able to talk a little more about the international area. As Chip was saying, earlier in my career, I've had the luck to go through an IPO with an audit, a company called Open TV in San Francisco. That definitely provided me with a lot of knowledge on that whole process.
And was that a successful launch?
It was, absolutely. They were actually bought out later on, so they've gone back to private, but the whole IPO process went off without a hitch.
Okay.
And also, I have several clients that I'm currently auditing that are in kind of the same realm as you. They're smaller, like app developments, businesses, and they have some forays into the social media market.
Thanks, Alex. Let Owen jump in and talk to you a little more about the IFRS reporting. What do you do for there?
Yep. Thanks, Jake. Thanks, Alice. Hi, hello, Neil. My name is Owen Zhou. I'm audit manager here, focusing on international accounting issues. You may be very interested in that, because as I noticed that Amigo has operations internationally,
Yes.
which means you may possibly to meet some tough international accounting issues. For example, if you want to apply for an Indian patent for your Amigo 3D technology, which is very gorgeous, we know that, of course, but this will lead to some very complex accounting issues. And what's more, as you operate outside the US, you need some hedge accounting to cover the foreign currency exchange, which needs to be reviewed very carefully. And I am here to help you dealing with this kind of issues. And as both an American CPA and Hong Kong CPA, I know US GAAP and IFRS both very well, so I am confident that I can serve Amigo very well. And this kind of international experts cannot be provided by your current auditor, so that's our advantages. And please do believe that our whole group is really tailored for your needs, sir. So Grant Thornton should be the right choice.
Okay.
Thanks, Owen. We've talked a lot about audit, but I wanted Michelle to have an opportunity to talk to you some of the tax services we can provide you.
Okay.
Morning, Neil. Like Chip said, I'm Michelle Barber. I am the lead tax partner at Grant Thornton Seattle, and I'm also the head tax partner for our industry practices group. What does that mean for you? That means I will be your main point of contact for all of your tax-related services. You and I will have lots of FaceTime. I'll be very hands-on with the whole engagement to ensure that my team is providing you with all of the value-added services that we agree to. And that is my main purpose from a tax point of view, to add value to your company. To give you a little bit more about my background, I started off working for Grant Thornton in the Washington National Tax Office, which is the head tax office. It is the core tax office for Grant Thornton. It's located in DC, which means they have access to all of the latest updates as far as tax news, all of the latest credits, and they're also the technical experts. What does that mean for you? That means that I will know all of the newest credits, the best deductions that we can claim for you, and if there's any sort of specialized technical issue that perhaps my team doesn't know how to deal with, we have access to the best and the brightest in the country to get those problems, those questions answered. Also for my team, I hire professionals directly from the industry to work on my team. So that means that not only do we have the technical experience to help you, we also have the practical knowledge and background to help you. So some of the things that we can do for you from a tax perspective would be something as simple as a change in accounting methods would lower your effective tax rate, lowering, of course, your tax burden, keeping more money in your pocket, more money you have to pay to the government, or less money you have to pay for the government, so more money you have to do important things like expansion and research, which is really my main goal. My main goal is to lower your overall tax burden. We can do that from tax planning going into the future, and I can also take a look at your prior year returns to make sure that you're optimizing all of those credits and deductions that are available to you. So I'd just like to emphasize that my staff is ready to hit the ground running, working for you, adding value to you.
And I'm assuming you can also reconcile all of that to the international tax laws and things and help leverage that.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Okay. Good. So, boy, this sounds great. What's this going to cost me?
Well, as far as fees go, for the full audit, so full year-end audit and include 3 quarterly reviews, we're looking at just under $430,000. And then for our tax services, we're looking roughly about $30,000, and those are approximates. Once we, if you do accept our bid, we'll get you a little more hard numbers, but just those are approximate numbers from what we're seeing with companies of your
So
size.
you basically, I mean, it's a little bit higher than what I'm paying now, but you're saying it's basically comparable to what the other firms.
Absolutely, and I think our rates, you'll find that our rates are a little bit lower, and you get just as much, many services, if not more,
Okay.
for that price tag. And one of the additional services we can provide, I wanted to have Michael to talk to you about that, as far as if you do decide to go down to the public route.
Okay, great.
Thanks, Chip. Thanks for being with us, Neil. One of the things I wanted to hit on real quick, I know we're kind of pressed for time here, but the IPO process,
Yeah.
we know that's been coming up a little bit.
Yeah.
And our professionals have a lot of experience in the IPO process, particularly with small and mid-sized companies. A lot of times the situation will be we begin work, audit and tax services with smaller companies and see them through the growth phase, and eventually they see the need to go public, and that's where we really can leverage our working knowledge and relationship with you. Not only does that give us a better knowledge of your company and your goals, but it also gives you the trust in us that you've been working with us through audit and tax. So that helps you, I think,
Yeah.
just from state of mind frame. It can be both exciting and nervous to go through this. So just having someone there you can trust, I think, helps a lot.
Yep.
And I can assure you that with us, it'll be a smooth process.
Okay. Good.
Thanks, Michael. And Neil, on the whole, we're very excited about the opportunity to work with you. We feel like you have a lot of good things going on with Amigo, and I think we're a really good fit to help you achieve your strategic goals. Before we wrap things up, is there anything else on your mind that we haven't covered that you'd like for us to talk about?
One of the things, I know it may be obvious, but confidentiality, because I know you work with a lot of different folks and things when we talk about an IPO. Where do we stand with that? I mean, can I feel confident in that?
Absolutely.